All right, and we'll put the terrible betrayal of a loved one in this scene. Nice. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Monster Keeper Craig Craigums here. I was told that maybe giving some helpful hints and tips during the game of Monster of the Week will give you guys a better understanding of what I'm calling out and what's going on and what dice rolls mean what during our games. So, let's get started with how to play Monster of the Week. We're going to start off with basic moves this week. Monster of the Week is a Powered by the Apocalypse game built by Michael Sands that is supposed to be based on some of those Monster of the Week shows that we all grew up on: Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, X-Files, those sort of things. The game itself is just a conversation between the Keeper and the monster hunters in trying to figure out what the monster is, what its weaknesses are, and how to take it down. So, in order to do so, the monster hunters have specific moves that they can use in order to get closer to what they need to get done in order to be rewarded with hunting down that monster. Now, there's a ton of moves within Monster of the Week for each playbook, but I'm going to focus mainly on the 9 basic moves that each of the monster hunters have to do in order to successfully get through a run of Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week is a Powered by the Apocalypse game that only requires a set of d6s. You roll the d6s, and according to the roll, you will either get a full success, a mixed success, or a failure, ranging from a 10 or higher being a full success, a 7 through 9 being a mixed success, and then a 6 and below being a failure. The cool thing about Monster of the Week is when you fail, mark a point of experience, and you're that closer to leveling up. So it's a bit of a bittersweet moment when you do fail within Monster of the Week or Powered by the Apocalypse game. Now, when I call out for basic moves, the players are going to roll a certain stat within their character sheet. Those moves being Charm, Sharp, Tough, and Weird. Depending on the hunter, they may have bonuses or negatives to the specific skill that they have to roll for that move. For example, for an Act Under Pressure roll, you have to use your Cool stat. Now, depending on the monster hunter, they may have to add or subtract from their Cool stat to their roll in order to find out whether they had a success or a failure on that roll. Following me so far? Let's hop into the basic moves where we'll have more examples on what's going on. Now, there are certain moments where a PC can use a different stat in order to successfully make a better roll or not, but that all depends on which playbook they're using as a monster hunter in order to swap out those skills if they need to. Anytime the hunters are trying to find out more information on the mystery or the monster that they're tracking, I have them roll an Investigate Mystery roll. This is probably one of the roles that's most important in getting to information or knowledge on making sure that your monster hunters know what's going on within the story. Now, with this basic move, there are things called holds that go into the role that are very important for the actual moment of the story. Holds are basically how many questions get answered by the keeper depending on how well they roll during that scenario. Case in point, if they roll a 10 or higher, they get 3 holds, meaning they get to ask the keeper 3 different questions about the monster or the mystery that they're asking about at that certain moment. If they roll a mixed success, they get 1 hold. If they fail the roll, the monster or the people working against them in that mystery get information on the hunters themselves. Sometimes the player will have to roll a manipulate someone roll, basically figuring out whether whoever they're talking to is going to help them or hinder them. This is actually one of those rolls that you can use on other hunters. I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe I would recommend it, but only in the most dire of situation. On a full success, that NPC will do what you ask them to do. On a mixed success, the NPC will do what you ask them to do, but they'll require something from you in return at that moment. On a fail, you make things worse with the NPC. Maybe they go against you, maybe they put themselves in danger, who knows. Say a hunter is doing a basic role and you would like to assist them in whatever they're doing. This is where the help out basic move comes in. When you're making a help out roll, you roll 2d6 plus your cool. On a full success, they get a +1 to whatever they're rolling. On a mixed success, they also get a +1, but you expose yourself to danger. And then on a fail, you just put yourself in danger. No help, no point extra. Sorry. You found the monster. You're in its lair, and there's only one choice to make. Fight. It's time to talk about the basic move, kick some ass. Warning, when using kick some ass, you will take damage from the monster. So if your hunter isn't one that has any armor or any way to defend themselves very well, maybe you would like to use a different move instead of kick some ass in order to deal with the monster. On a full success, you do all the damage you planned on doing to the monster, as well as some extra buffs. On a mixed success, you do the damage you were planning on doing, but also you take the damage that you were going to take from the monster as well. On a fail, instead of you kicking some ass, your ass gets kicked. You take damage, the monster takes none. It's really a bad time. Say one of your fellow monster hunters made a bad move and rolled snake eyes on their kick some ass, and now they're in trouble. You can roll to protect someone in order to save them from death, capture, not having a good time. Now, when you're protecting someone, you're basically going to make sure that they don't get harmed and you take that damage for them. On a full success, you protect them and you get one extra buff, similar to how kick some ass works. On a miss, you can end up making things worse. Possibly you strengthen the monster, or you get not only your friend captured, but yourself. Fun things like that. So you're in the middle of the monster fight. Things are going kind of sort of okay, but suddenly something's not right. And then I smile and I ask you to roll a read a bad situation. When you roll a read a bad situation, you roll 2d6 plus your sharp. Read a bad situation is similar to investigate a mystery, where you get a certain amount of holds, questions that you can ask the keeper in order to figure out why things are off right now. On a full success, you get 3 holds. On a mixed success, you get 1 hold. And on a failure, and I'm reading this word for word, things go to hell. Anytime that the hunters are under a lot of stress or in a dangerous situation, they might have to roll an act under pressure roll. An act under pressure roll requires 2d6 plus cool. On a full success, you do exactly what you were planning to do under that pressure. On a mixed success, you're going to do what you were planning on doing. However, it's going to cost something. You're either going to have a worse outcome, you're going to lose something, or there's going to be a price to pay. And sadly, if you fail, once again, things are going to go to hell. Now we get into the 2 weird ones. Anytime the hunters are going to be dealing with the paths or something weird in a situation, I'm going to have them roll a use magic. And you guessed it. Use magic uses 2d6 plus weird. Now magic is super complicated and I'm going to have to go into it in depth in game and maybe in another video. But the main concept is there are certain effects that your magic can have as well as glitches. And honestly, both sound pretty neat when you read them. If you get a full success, your magic works how you wanted it to and it gets 2 extra effects. If you get a mixed success, your magic's going to work, but there's also going to be a glitch that the keeper gets to choose. And then if you get a failure, probably the most fun of them all, your magic's going to get a little weird. Now the last move is something called big magic, which usually is some huge ritual that might take the entire mystery to actually cast. It probably requires things that are going to have the entire mystery and picking up certain reagents as well as clues on how to cast the ritual. It's something that we may or may not get into, or it might be a whole storyline. Who's to know? And those are the 9 basic moves in Monster of the Week. I hope that was helpful in your understanding of what we're doing here in the weird game. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I hope this video gives you a lot more information to be able to have fun with us as we're making certain rolls and understandings. I'm gonna mess up these rules. Even though I just explained all the rules to you, I'm gonna mess them up. It's a thing keepers do. I don't know what to tell you. But at the same time, now you have a better understanding and hopefully you can run a game of Monster of the Week with your friends with all this information as well. Those are the 9 basic moves of Monster of the Week. Very helpful. I've never had a moment where I didn't have a move that the players could use in a certain situation. And even when I thought a move didn't work exactly, I just used their skill sets and made them roll. That's all. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you get a chance to run a game of Monster of the Week yourself with this information that you've gathered from this video. Let me know what other questions you have about Monster of the Week, or what another video I could make to give you a better understanding of how to play Monster of the Week. Maybe I'll get into some of the playbooks of the players as well. Who's to know? Let me know that in the comments as well as the Discord. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And always remember, stay weird.